We need to talk about sports gambling. My TikTok channel just got a content violation for the promotion of sports gambling. I appealed the decision and still lost. I still don't understand why I got this violation. You may be thinking, isn't fantasy football sports gambling? No, it is not. You see, the legalization of sports gambling that happened in 2018 in Murphy v. NCAA in the Supreme Court was about single event sports betting. Single event sports betting was banned since 1992 because of the Professional Amateur Sports Protection Act. But then in 2018, we decided it was a state-by-state issue rather than a federal prohibition. And let me be crystal clear. Fuck single event sports betting. This video is definitely going to get marked down by the algorithm. I'll be honest, I fully succumb to this sort of city upon a hill, American Puritan idealism. Essentially, I'm a do-gooder. I decided consciously when I had offers to move to Las Vegas and engage in sports gambling as a profession at 19, all the people who knew me knew I was really good at this sort of thing. I said, no, I'm going to work in education instead. There are definitely some of you watching who engage actively in single event sports betting. I don't have anything against you personally. But it's ironic that I got a content violation in the same exact day that somebody approached me in my messages about sponsorship opportunities. One of several apps who've reached out to me because they are using AI to help you win your sports bets, essentially. I asked for their terms, they said 140 for 4 videos. And I replied 140K? There's no way I'm selling out my integrity for 140 bucks. Even 140K, it's not a life-changing amount of money in today's world. I wouldn't even do it for that. There've already been over $100 billion in sports bets this year in 2025. Average spend is $3,284 per year on sports betting, though the median is much lower, around $750. That's because gambling preys upon a small percentage of people who spend a disproportionate amount. 14% of the people who do sports gambling go into debt just because of this. And I get that debt is kind of normal today. I mean, 52% of all Americans have some form of credit card debt, paying 28% interest on that. That's crazy. But single event sports betting messes with you. 90% of young people think that they can reliably come out ahead, and we know that's just not the case. Studies show that every 13 seconds in a sporting event, there is some logo or ad for a sports gambling platform. I don't need to contribute to the noise there. I want to say it loud and clear. I will never promote single event sports gambling. If you engage in single event sports gambling, that's all right. I'm not mad at you, but at the same time, there's definitely a better thing that you could do with your time and money. The key distinction for fantasy sports leagues compared to this is not only that you're invested over the whole course of a season and your spend is going to be much lower than it is if you're constantly throwing dollars at individual games and parlays. It's also that it's social. I have multiple group chats with some of my oldest friends from middle school, high school, elementary school even. Of all the things you can do while staring at your phone screen, fantasy sports is one of the most innocuous and probably positive ones. It's only because of how fractured and fragmented I've seen friend groups and people become over the years that I think that fantasy sports actually have a very positive role to play in society. I want nothing to do with the blood money of DraftKings or FanDuel or any startup that's trying to just sell you a ChatGPT wrapper so that you can make money by sports gambling. Did you hear that, TikTok? I'm not promoting sports gambling. So sick of this crap. All right, time to hop off my pedestal and get back to making fantasy football videos to help you win your league. Thank you guys for spending a few valuable minutes of your day with me. Appreciate you all. See you in the next one. Peace. Stay learning.